Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Simple Politics. My name is Zizipo Lopelwana. So today guys, we are reacting. We just got news that Dr. Ndlozi has resigned from Parliament. It is said that he's still the member of the EFF. He will just be a normal member, um, going back to the ground. So I don't know. I'd like to see that. Um, I don't know how long it's going to be. I don't know if he can last as just being a member, just doing a normal member, not doing anything. As much as we don't want to accept that politics is about power, very few people enter politics and they want to help. They're joining just because they purely want to be activists. But you can join sometimes wanting to be an activist, just wanting to be a normal member. And obviously, the more you climb up the ranks, then you get power. Same as Dr. Ndlozi, when he joined, I'm sure he was just Kubon. He was not looking for any positions, and immediately he was put into the deep end. He was the spokesperson, So obviously, he's gotten used to that power. 2014 is a very long time. It's a very, very long time when he started being a member of parliament. So there's a lot of theories coming in this morning. There's a theory that he was forced to resign, but the statement that says that he voluntarily resigns, it's just basically. That's what people are saying. Some people are saying he's gone, he's leaving. Personally, and I could be wrong, I think if Dr. Ndlozi wanted to leave the EFF, he would have left by now. I strongly, strongly, strongly believe, or something tells me that if he wanted to leave, he would have left. Right? I think maybe there was a time in his life he wanted to leave, or there was a time he had decided to leave. But him leaving now, I don't think so. I could be wrong, because at the end of the day, you can't speak for someone. You can't say he will never do this. You don't know. You can't speak for them. But I feel like he's a very smart person. He's very, very intelligent. If he wanted to leave, he would have left. Personally, as a fighter, I feel like I have lost emotions about this whole thing. There was a time where it made me emotional around November. It made me like really, really emotional. It made me sad. I was very invested in this whole Dr. Ndlozi thing. But I think now, because I feel like it's been going on for long, there hasn't been really clear communication and answers. Kanye, what is going on? What has he actually done? Yes, maybe he was working with Floyd. Maybe he wanted to destroy the EFF. Again, those are all speculations. We don't actually know. I personally feel like it would have been so much better if the organization would have just told us, no, this is what we caught him doing for Mzekelo. There were rumors before that he was caught in communication, giving sensitive information about the EFF. Again, I feel like if the organization would have told us that, no one now would be mourning for Ndlozi for Mzekelo. People would have left that thing a long time ago. I've decided to leave it because I just told myself, you know what, I'm not gonna invest my emotions in this. I'm not gonna feel sad over this for 5 months. It's not worth it. And now on the other side, I do blame the organization for not telling us what's happening, because I feel like as ground forces, we defend the EFF each and every day. And we constantly get asked this question every single time. It always comes up. It's an unresolved issue. And whenever we are defending the EFF, we are left with no choice but to make conclusions and conspiracies just so we can defend. So I do feel like they could have brought us in confidence. They didn't have to tell us the full story, but they could have told us something so that when we defend the organization, we know exactly what we are saying. Because now defending it without information, it's honestly just going to war blind. You don't know which side you are going. So yeah, personally as a fighter, I lost emotions about this a long time ago when I saw this morning Dr. Ndlozi. Oh, actually, before I even saw, I woke up, I had so many messages on my phone. I'm like, "Ibana," and I saw a picture. Even before I read the message, I saw the picture of Ndlozi, and my heart, I think, skipped a bit for a second, and then I was okay. I was sober again. It skipped a bit for a second because I was like, he has resigned. Yeah, well, because before I saw the messages, I just saw the picture. I was like, he has resigned. So when I read the message, I saw resigned in Parliament. Then I went on Twitter. Of course, that's where I'll get the news. So yeah, some people are saying he's leaving politics. This is another theory. Some people are saying he's leaving politics. He is going to maybe work. I mean, he does have qualifications. He can get a job for sure. I don't think he can leave politics. I don't think he can fit in the working environment anymore. So I don't think so. Some people are saying he will join ANC. The ANC part has been communicated a lot. I've heard it quite a few times that he will join the ANC because if he joins Umkhonto Wesizwe, then he would unalive his political career. There's no space for him there. There's no, he's too intelligent rather. So they said maybe he will go back to the ANC. You know what? I would like to think that Dr. Ndlozi loves the EFF. I'd like to think that he loves the EFF more than anything. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I still stand to be corrected when I say I think if he wanted to leave, he would have left a long time ago. Anyway, I see another fighter here posted something. Umantumba, I do follow him a lot. He posted something very, very, very interesting this morning. I also do want to read the statement of the EFF because I read it, but I don't think when I was reading it, I was like reading to understand. Anyway, Umatumba Anthony said that they must understand that there is nothing they can do to the EFF that will destroy it anymore, which is very true. What they are failing to understand is that EFF went to the national election as an infiltrated organization. The EFF was infiltrated to the office of its deputy president. That is the highest level of infiltration in history of politics. Floyd Shivambu, as an entire founding member and deputy president, left the EFF and not even a single branch followed him, including his own branch. That is how strong and united and unified the EFF is today. If the deputy president failed to divide and destroy the EFF, who else will do it? Absolutely no one. The EFF is rooted on the EFF is not rooted on individuals. Those can join and leave at any time. This EFF is rooted in its branches, which are the basic units of the movement. That is why the constitution of the EFF doesn't allow people who leave to join other parties to come back again. The EFF is not the business of begging and praising, worshipping individuals to stay. Members of the EFF love their movement more than individuals. Their love for individual leaders is like buffet food. You can dish as much as you can, but you can't take it home with you. The thing is with us ground forces, like for example, I love Dr. Ndlozi. I love him. I honestly do love him. I'll miss him in Parliament a lot because I watch a lot of those Parliament sessions. He will leave a big gap in Parliament. There's no one that can bring that charisma, that humor like he did. There's no one. There are certain times when I would say, let's say I'm watching a Parliament session, and I'm listening to the person speaking, and I'm understanding what they're saying, but I'm not thinking what they're saying is wrong. And then Dr. Ndlozi would like object. And I will say one thing about him, he's a brilliant listener. Ne? You can speak for 3 hours, he's a brilliant listener because he would be able to pick it up. And I will think to myself, hey, bana, oh, how did you hear that? So he's a brilliant listener. So for sure, I'm not gonna lie, I will miss his contributions in Parliament. But you know what? As a ground force, no one is bigger than the organization. We love we love Dr. Ndlozi, but we love the organization more. Unfortunately, we love the organization more. If we have to choose between anyone and everyone and the organization, we will always choose the organization no matter what. I think that's why when someone is a member of the EFF, is loved, and then when they leave the EFF, all of a sudden they don't exist anymore. Because if we have to choose, we'll always choose the organization no matter what. That is the sad part. So it's like, if you want us to continue to love you, you have to remain in the organization. Once you leave the umbrella, then we divorce you. So yeah, it's quite sad, I'm not gonna lie. It's very sad, but I'm not emotional about it. I must say I'm not emotional about it. Also because I think it didn't catch me off guard. It's been going on and on for months. Unlike Eka Floyd, Yavile, upright. That one was so hurtful. I was hurt for 2 days. Hey, that goa. So yeah. Anyway, let's quickly read the statement from the Economic Freedom Fighters. It says that statement on voluntarily resignations of fighter Yazini Tekiana and fighter Dr. Ndlozi from the Parliament of South Africa. The Economic Freedom Fighters has received the voluntary resignations of fighter Yazini and fighter Ndlozi as representatives of the EFF in Parliament. They voluntarily request to be released from deployment, which were sent to the Secretary General of the office consecutively and within days of each other, expressed gratitude to the EFF for the opportunity to serve the organization and people of South Africa. The EFF has accepted the respective voluntary request to be released from deployment of the 2 fighters who have diligently served the organization in their respective deployments since the EFF has had representation in legislative sphere. Fighter Tekiana has served in Eastern Cape Province legislature and subsequently the Parliament of South Africa. While fighter Dr. Ndlozi has served in the National Assembly since 2014, they have both been exemplary in their deployment and acted with commendable public representation. So, yeah, well, that's about it. Do I think this has got everything to do with Floyd? You know what? To some extent, I don't want to give Floyd too much credit and say, Ubana, he's the one who destroyed the future of Dr. Ndlozi. I feel like Dr. Ndlozi is very smart. He also chose to do whatever. If you corrupt on code, Floyd, he chose to do that as well. So it's not like he was ambushed. He's a doctor. They both have PhD, so they convinced each other. Clearly, they convinced each other. So, yeah. But it seems like izinto azimambele kakhulu Floyd. So I doubt Ndlozi will go to MK. But you never know. You never know. So yeah, guys. Well, that is my 2 cents. You know, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Probably fighters are very emotional. I've received so many messages this morning on TikTok. So many messages. People are like, Zizipo, wake up, please tell us what's going on, what's happening, you know. And yeah, I just wish fighters can just stay strong. I do wish that they can stay strong. Sorry. And yeah, what can I say, guys? Okay, guys, that is it from me. I I think we will see as it unfolds. We will see as things unfold. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know what's gonna happen. Anyone who says they know, they are lying. So yeah. If you are seeing me for the first time, please subscribe to my channel. It is free of charge. My name is Zizipho Lupelwane. This is Simple Politics. This is a platform where we react to everything and anything that has to do with politics. So yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next episode. Aluta continua.